Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 1 and let me introduce myself and my partner. I'm Siti Aisyah Azizah and my partner Putri Wulan Raudoh and Siti Rahmawati. Next slide. Putri, you can next slide. Okay. As you can see in this slide, today we will discuss about definition of semantic, word meanings, the study of meaning, and semantic problems, sets, collocation, and registers. Next. Okay. First, I'm Siti Aisyah Aziza will explain about definition of semantics. According to Finnegan in his book, he said that semantic has to do with meaning, and linguistic semantic is the study of the systematic ways in which languages structure meaning, especially in words and sentences. Semantic is also a part of linguistic, and as we know, linguistic is the study of language, both in terms of sounds, form, and meaning. And semantic is a part of linguistic, which is the meaning, which is studies the meaning of language. Okay, do you know language has many meanings? When you look a dictionary, you must have seen a word that has many meanings. So to be clear, let's see the example. Okay, the example here is a word that has several meanings. The first word is rock. Rock has two meanings. First, rock is a stone, or we can say in Indonesia is batu. Look at the picture. This is a petric stone. So the other picture is a rock has a meaning music. Okay, do you know who is he? Yes, he is Freddie Mercury. He is a rocker singer who definitely sing a rock song. Okay, let's see another example. Bank. Bank has two meanings. First is bank, a place where people store money, and bank can be the side of the river too. Okay, Putri, you can next slide. Okay, let's move to the second part. Word meaning, the study of meaning. Okay, the goal of linguistic is to explain precisely how languages are structured and used, among other things, to represent situation. In the word, it is important to distinguish among the different ways of interpreting the word meaning. It's according to Finnegan. Uh, do you know we we have a lot of conversation with many people, and this conversation has to do with the meaning of a word based off of what is used to mean. Okay, to better understand the meaning, let's start with a simple definition how someone uses a word. Definitions are what we usually read in dictionaries and help us see when a word has a certain kind of relationship with another word. So, there are different ways that words can relate to each other. Let's see the example. Next. Okay, there are different ways that words can relate to each other. First, you probably already know what a synonym is. Synonym is a word with the same meaning as another. For example, coach and sofa, happy and glad. Okay. The second is antonym. Antonym is two words can also have the opposite definition. For example, inside and outside. Okay. Next is one word can refer to a specific member of a broader category. It's a hypernym. For example, a red and a rabbit. Red, which is a type of color, and a rabbit, a type of animal. And hypernym is a brother word that color and animal. Next, and the last is an example ambiguous. So an example of ambiguity in a sentence is the chicken is ready to eat. There are two meanings. The first one is that the chicken is already cooked and people are going to eat. And the other meaning is chicken is going to eat. Next. So, one of the purpose of semantic is to distinguish between the different ways in which language means. So that's all for me. Next, semantic problems will will explain by my partners. Time it's yours.
Okay, thank you. In this meeting, I would like to explain about semantic problem and set in semantic problem. So far, the first, I will explain about semantic problem. What is the semantic problem? The semantic problem is a problem of linguistic processing. It relates to the issue of how spoken patterns are understood and, in particular, how we derive meaning from a combination of speak, sound, or word in somehow do we go from phoneme to meaning. Uh, Next slide, would. Okay,
Oh,
there are two problems in semantic. For the first problem is not every word has meaning. Many words in everyday language do not carry any meaning. For example, it is raining. There is only one element in this sentence with an independent meaning.
sorry, Siti Rahmawati, your voice is can
Uh,
load your voice.
Sorry. There are two problems in semantic. For the first problem, not every word has meaning. Many words in everyday language do not carry any meaning. For example, it is raining. There is only one element in this sentence with any independent meaning. It certainly does not refer to anything, that is, has no meaning. Indeed, the verb to be in general is completely devoid to intrinsic meaning, so there are three words in this sentence which really consists of a single meaningful element that is raining. The two determining meaning. Identify the meaning of a word differ not just on its phonological form, but on two other things. There are the rest of the sentence and the wider context of the discourse. The resolution of meaning differ on a dynamic interplay of these there elements. Often the meaning of a set of words differ almost identically from the meaning you would expect from them individually. For example, my dad tutor no joker. And he told me the exam going to hit home with a bang. It is it is nothing to do with hitting, nothing to do with home, and only metaphorical being sentence, at least as complex as these are everyday words. Yes, yet you record their meaning in a completely autonomic way without even being aware of the work your brain has to do. The next slide, put. The last semantic set. Semantic set is a form of lexical set where the members of the set are semantically related. A simple example would be color. There are black, blue, green, gray, orange, pink, purple, red, white, and yellow. And from this color, they might be subset black, gray, and white. That's all for me. The next will be continue with Putri Wulan.
Okay, thank you. For the last material of our presentation is about collocations. So what is a collocation? Collocation is two or more words that often go together. And why we should learn about collocation? Because it can make our English more natural, like English native speakers, and also collocation can use as an alternative way of expressing yourself. There are several types of collocation, which made from a combination of verb, noun, adjective, adverb, and so on. For the first type is adverb plus adjective. The example here is highly effective. And in the sentence, shopping bags are highly effective to use when shopping. The other example seperti completely satisfied. And the second one is adjective plus noun. For the example is regular exercise. The examples in the sentence is the doctor said that to keep health require regular exercise. And the other example such as excruciating pain. The third one is noun plus noun. For example, cottage industry. The examples in the sentence is the clothes are made by cottage industry. And the other examples such as a surge of anger. And for the fourth one is noun plus verb. The example here is lion's roar. The examples in the sentence is the lion's roar from the jungle. The next is verb plus noun. The example here is go on a picnic. In the sentence, I will go on a picnic tomorrow. And the other examples such as commit suicide. And the next is verb plus expression with preposition. The example is apologize for. In the sentence, she apologized for her mistake. And the last one is verb plus adverb. The example here is cry hysterically. And the example in the sentence is she cried hysterically because lost her favorite bag. And the other example for verb plus adverb is wave frantically. So we conclude that collocation is a combination of two or more words and has the meaning. To know more about collocation, we should often read a book, journal, or so on. And for the last is about registers. So what is registers? Register is defined as the way a speaker uses language differently in different circumstances. Why differently? Because they are determined by such factors such as social occasion, context, purpose, and also audience. Some linguists say that register just divided into two parts. The first one is the formal register, which means it's more appropriate for writing and speaking to a boss or a stranger. For example, here, good morning, Mr. President. We appreciate your visit. Jadi untuk formal register ini biasanya digunakan untuk ketika berbicara atau menulis surat untuk presiden, misalnya untuk orang-orang yang terhormat dan juga untuk
orang yang bisa saja lebih tua dari kita, atau bisa juga untuk kepada dosen, guru, dan lain sebagainya. And for second one is the informal register is conversational, also called casual or intimate, and appropriate when writing or talking to friends and people you know very well. For example, what's up? It's awesome that you come to my party. Nah, jadi kalau informal register ini digunakannya biasanya dalam kehidupan sehari. Kalau misalnya ngobrol sama with friends, best friend, or maybe with your family, and so on. And I have the other example for a register. For the first is for the formal register. Examples is, it is an honor to meet you, your highness. Nah, itu digunakan contohnya formal itu digunakan ketika kita berbicara kepada raja, ratu misalnya, pastinya kan menggunakan your highness. Tidak mungkin kan kita misalnya hi bro gitu ke presiden mungkin ya atau kepada siapa gitu. Jadi supaya lebih sopan juga. And for the other examples for the informal register is thank you for coming dude. Nah, biasanya kalau ini kalau misalnya kita ke teman, ke ade mungkin atau ke kakak, pokoknya untuk orang-orang yang dekat dengan kita. So in conclusion, register is the way to communicate depend on some factors such as social location, audience, and so on. That's all from me. I'll give it back to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Siti Rahmawati and Putri Wulan for your explain. Okay, so that's all for us. I hope you all can get it what we explained about. So thank you. If you have any question, you can drop a question in comment box in Schoology. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.